Hello and welcome everybody, my name is ZaphodX and I'm joined here by Marshall.
Hello everyone, and it's the last game of this fixture, Clan Cult versus Clan Pag. Now, Cult like mega bases on densely metalled planets. This is a densely metalled planet with a few trenches in it.
Indeed. Very similar between the two teams. And here we go, spawning in with Clan Wars as presented by eSports.com. 2 players apiece at the South Pole for the Pag team. Looking over at the North, and surprisingly, Cult was split into 3. Very unusual. And I'm actually a little shocked by that.
I'm not, because that means that they will have control over the Northern Hemisphere.
So I guess they control the whole of the Northern Hemisphere, and then control the choke points leading to the rest of it.
It's definitely a switch up from what we're used to from Cult.
2 air factories first from some of these Pag players. Oh, no, sorry, one air factory.
Cult, double vehicle spawn. No bot factories. There are no bot factories from Cult.
Awesome. Looking forward. They're moving on up
to the castle.
This is great. I want to see them use some tanks. I want to see them steamroll.
There's a bot factory. I spoke too soon.
They're getting that out for engineers.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So, tanks I often find are better than docks, especially on choke points like this, because, well, you funnel the docks into one place and then they can't all shoot at the tanks at the same time, so you lose the numbers advantage of the docks.
Yeah.
But looking forward, you know, what do you think will be good for Cult to do in this scenario?
Well, ultimately, I think we all agree that they need a mega base. Without a mega base, Cult is not Cult, and that's that. So, I think we need to, first of all, work on connecting these bases right here. Like, that's got to be the #1 work, right? Connect those bases and get a base going, and then just wrap it around and make a mega base with this guy on his own. And once you've got a mega base at the North Pole, you can control the Annihilator. You can make terrorist demands. I think everything is in their ballpark once they got that going.
Whoa. What good is an Annihilator on a single planet system, Zaphod?
To show how powerful you are and to flex your muscles and your military might. There we go.
I think there might be a flaw in that logic somewhere. Meanwhile...
No, I'm definitely sure there's no flaw.
Meanwhile, we saw a whole bunch of blue pings going off, Pag realising where the spawns are. To what extent have they actually scouted? They've seen one base, not the double spawn, and they've seen the other single spawn there as well. So, yeah, they know the spawns.
Yeah, I think they probably know that they've got to be at the north. I think they know the spawns that they're up against here. And at this stage, you know, we're not entering into confrontations yet. We're not actually entering into a raiding phase yet. So there's no need to get that intel. And I think we're going to do what they did in the last game, which is just play efficiently. Get as many units out as possible, as efficiently as possible. And don't go concentrating on raiding and all that nonsense. They have begun to take a slight lead in terms of medals. They lead 440 to 380. Taking a slight lead. Doesn't matter a huge amount really, it matters more how efficiently you can use your medal, how you can plunge all of your medal into resources. Already aggressive moves coming on actually, as Pag is sending their units streaming through, obviously very short, narrow file at the moment, but already starting with the aggressive moves and going to keep putting the pressure on Cult. And they don't have a mega base yet, so this spells trouble.
Yeah, Cult are most comfortable when they're in a mega base, but with Pag moving in on that expansion, they'll be able to take out a ton of fabricators there, and also 5 mechs if they pull those vehicles together. But at the same time, they've also got vehicles in sort of all different regions of the map, and really pushing in on this side now as the teleporter gets activated there.
Yeah,
we'll start to see lots of units coming out of there. Plus, they still have the fabricator, so they can set up a sort of staging point.
Yeah, you can build factories there if you want. Definitely get radar up. Maybe even some pelters could actually be very useful over this gap.
Instead, they build PGens.
That's an interesting choice. Especially since they already have 40k power, which is quite a bit at this stage. So interesting to see teleporters. It was something we didn't see in some of the other games, which is a surprise. We also see Cult doing the same thing. Something that they've definitely done before is just build a teleporter in your base. Even if you're not going to use it immediately, have it there so it's ready, and if something goes wrong, then you can put up a teleporter and get reinforcements to where it's needed.
Yeah. ping going off there from the Colt player saying, "Oh, look, I've built a teleporter." But the thing with the Colt players right now is, it's another one of those things where they don't really seem to know what they want to do. They seem to know they want to build repeat fabricators there and not do anything with them. Other than that, they just seem to be expanding in different regions for metal, which, don't get me wrong, is good, but they aren't making the right aggressive plays to hamper the other team. I feel as though they're just happy to sit and content on the northern hemisphere there.
Yeah, interestingly, you see walls actually picked up by both teams here. They both want to wall off this area. Pelters actually have been started as well by Pag. I think that's definitely the right choice. Pelters is rarely a great choice. There's almost always a better option. But in this situation, where they can't attack you over the bridge, and you can turtle easily, and you can get the walls up, and then you can attack their main base and slowly siege them, I think actually Pelters have a good role in this one situation here.
Yeah, definitely. Tanks moving in on both sides of that base that the Pelter is sort of sieging, as it were. You've got the ones coming in from the northwest there, while at the same time some coming in from the southeast, just going to move around a little bit to maybe get out some.
Looking at the colours around the screen right now, both Pag bases are already expanding, looking pretty grisly. But we do have a mega base beginning to form here with Colt as they expand out along there with those engineers and beginning to connect these bases together and amalgamate into one amazing mega base.
Mega base. Problem with the mega base is it's all well and good having a mega base, but do you have a defense of a mega base?
Exactly.
And do you have the rest of the planet as a mega base? If the answer to either of those questions is no, there is a problem with your mega base.
So tanks now filtering through, and this one isolated Colt player, I think this was a real mistake by them, because he's too isolated, and at the moment this is exactly what they wouldn't have wanted to happen, which is units focusing in on this one isolated player, surrounding him with groups of units, stopping the expansion, and just putting that pressure on.
The commanders just sat there building P-gens as well, rather than building factories. They're floating eco like crazy there, so they can really afford to be spending a lot more.
Really weird to be building power gens at this stage, with the commander in that location.
Yeah. Especially with the Pelter right across the walls.
Second Pelter now going up, only a single engineer, so it's going to be pretty slow for it to get built up and do anything. Pelter actually started by Colt and has just been finished. It's all about whether they can target it down at this stage, because Pag will unlikely target that Pelter down. They don't see the Pelter that's been built, but the Pelters are seen by Colt, so we'll see whether they can focus them down. Unfortunately going for those tanks. Need to be given a manual order. Oh no, the Pelter was targeted, and Pag take down that Pelter. Good work.
Nice. T2 going up, which is an odd choice in the base that's being besieged right now.
Yeah, of all the places to put it, the base that's probably going to be lost is the worst choice. Surrounded by units, no defences, isolated.
And they're also getting it up in the other base as well, so... They're floating eco so much, and they're not building enough extra factories to spend it. Oh.
Units coming in, doing aggressive damage now for Pag, and Colt are in a little bit of trouble, defending over here with a lot of units. And then even worse, this commands at a little bit of risk over here as these units come through and begin to do some damage. Currently hiding behind his factories, which can end up taking a lot of damage from him. Three Pelters now, third Pelter now coming up full Pag. Just going to slowly siege that base.
I don't think even the Pelters are necessary. I just think they want to wall off that choke while they set up the base.
I don't think it's necessary, but it's a way to keep sieging and to keep putting pressure on them as well. It's not necessarily getting many wins in terms of what you kill and what you destroy, but you put pressure on them. You make things uncomfortable for them, you make it hard to work, you pick up the occasional engineer kills. All of it's awkward when you're on the receiving end of it.
Yeah. It just means, oh, you can't build there now. Okay, so I'll lose all the fabricators that go there.
Okay, good defences from Colt. They're using their bombers and just piling in on these tanks right now, because there's no anti-air with these tanks, and they're just getting hammered and probably going to end up losing them. Fighters finally coming in from the south from Pag. A little bit too late, but they will help clean up.
And even more coming in as well. The thing I find with bombers is if you give them a target of a group of tanks, they will kill the one you targeted and then just not bother with the rest of them until you give them an additional order, which I find quite odd, hence why they just sort of sat behind while the rest of the tanks moved forward there. But the commander now did get taken down to about 58%.
Bombers coming in. Bombers coming in against that commander that's on 58%. They see that that's going to be a single pass. Oh no, it'll probably be 2 pass, but yeah, not quite single pass, not quite.
Yep, single pass.
What, those don't count? Those weren't in the single pass. They were a different group of bombers. That's a second. That's a no.
They were there at the same time. That
No,
as one pass.
they were in a different group. They were in a different group. That's not a first pass. It was nearly a first pass.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll meet you halfway. That was a 1.5 pass.
Bombers coming in against this commander now. Ground units in as well. That commander already falling to 30%. Ground units chasing him down. Inferno's also on the way. Inferno's being taken down there. That's a pity. The Inferno's not going to be getting close enough. Being focused down by those tanks. They're down to 11%. Tanks are going to keep piling on damage. The factory there actually taking a little bit of the damage, down on 3%.
Oh, wow.
And he's going to get away with that factory tanking the extra damage from those tanks. However, very vulnerable to bombers right now.
Oh yes, and
pretty easy to do a first pass on a commander that's on 3%. There we go.
Are you sure
first pass.
2 pass, Zaphod?
That was the first pass.
Get good at calling bomber snipes, sir.
Okay, so obviously things might look a bit dire for Colt, but they're doing all right. They're streaming units southwards right now. They are being put under a whole lot of pressure. The one problem is these T2 units right here. Let me ping that there. Those are some nasty T2 units. There's Vanguards leading the way to tank against the T1 tanks, and then there's at the back the Shellers that are just going to come in and do this AoE. Look at this AoE coming down here.
Oh wow!
They can get their shots in the right places.
One of the PAGs have disconnected. I mean, have you looked in the army tabs, sir? 97 factories to 43.
Oh, I think they do want to pause it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thought they might have kept playing.
So the factory disparity 97 to 43.
Yeah.
Mobile count 758 to 463. And you think it's going okay for Colt? I'm not sure I'm able to agree.
No, I'm saying it could be worse. I would expect it to be perhaps a bit worse. Like they haven't. I don't know. It could be worse. That's what I'm saying. Like, for example, this base. It looked like this base was going to go down in about 3 minutes flat. It was just going to get hit by pelters, hit by tons of units and go down. And that base has not had much damage done to it. Just a little bit of attrition from the pelters.
Well, I think that's because PAG realised maybe they need to go for the double com base earlier on before...
Wow, look at these radars. Look at these radars. Look at that. They're stalling power right now, so they don't have the intel. But look at these radars they're building up on the north. That is some killer intel.
I know.
I want them to stop stalling power. There we go. Now look. Now they can just
they're stalling it
get
again.
A great view into it. Oh, bombers coming in against this lone commander. Oh no, that's not the commander that's nearly dead. I thought it was the commander that was nearly dead, but he already got finished off, didn't he? Whole load of bombers coming in. Let's finish the game, lads.
Oh my goodness.
No anti-air to stop them. What are they waiting for? Oh, they're just kind of carpet bombing right now. I don't know if they know where this commander is.
Oh yeah, they should.
Oh, actually, he'll be okay. He's got walls, but he needs a second layer of walls right now. He's getting up an anti-air, but he needs to prioritise the walls over that anti-air right now. Oh no! Look, he doesn't have enough walls.
He doesn't.
He doesn't have enough walls. Oh, bombs over Baghdad. Tango down. Do we have anyone left? We have one commander left, and it has been pinged by the PAG team. They are thirsty for blood. Their tanks are coming in, and the super tanky power gens cannot be destroyed. And now the wreckage from the super tanky power gens cannot be destroyed. Holy crap!
But it can, because there are bombers. Oh, and that's the end.
That is the GG's.
GG. Well, PAG take another victory.
Indeed, GG's get called. And,
indeed, they do.
And PAG take the victory.
So, who should we talk to? Icy?
Whatever. You're in control, man.
Hello there, Icy Khan.
Hey, man.
Yo, what's up?
Okay, I guess.
I think you did fine in that game.
Well, you know what?
I think it could have been a lot worse, and I think you built tanks, and that was awesome.
Yeah, I built some T2 tanks. It's just that too much stuff happening, man. Maybe I should go back to I don't know, FPS or something.
Back to Command and Conquer, where you build five units and then just carefully micro them.
Exactly.
I think you guys did all right. I think it could have gone a lot worse for you. Who was the player that spawned on their own?
Well, I spawned on my own, Rico spawned on his own, and then the other two newer guys spawned together.
Okay. Because it looked like you were in a lot of trouble when you were surrounded by units, but you managed to hold on to that base okay. So,
yeah.
You know what we want to know, right? Is I thought this would be the perfect location for you to spawn in 2 pairs and create one nice big mega base, but you spawned
But
in 3.
we've already done it 2 times before, you see, and we thought, okay, you've already seen this. It's like, I'm not exactly doing exactly what I want to do. I'm thinking a little bit too about your viewers.
Sure,
because I'm looking at the chat and I don't like a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing. Some guys are nice when Quitch, you guys are nice, and supportive and stuff. But some other guys they're retarded. They're like, cult sucks, blah blah blah. Dudes,
You know what? It's very easy to sit.
60 hours.
It's very easy to sit in an armchair and criticize other people, but they're not the ones out here playing the games, and they're not the ones out here that have formed a team and that have been turning up and that have been doing great. And
I think that some of these guys just don't know. They just show up they haven't read the forum or that shit. They just show up in the stream, and then they see one clan getting wrecked, and it's like they suck. It's true, we suck, but. If you realize one of our guys has 60 hours in the game, if you go on his team right now, Chevy has 60 hours on the game, and he's playing against the Lodia 1v1 essentially. On this planet. So.
Yeah, I still think you guys do a great job, and to be honest, I think that's something we need to concentrate on. We're going to be focusing down and banning people from the chat because it's just not acceptable that attitude.
No, right now, I mean, it was the first fight. The first fight we had was pretty bad, but now it's good. I mean, it's okay. I mean, if people want to say get wrecked, let them say it. But I hope we'll be able to do better in the second season, man. If there's a few more clans, a few more beginner clans,
Couple more people your level, I think you'll do much better. Everyone will have more fun, and let me say this as well: you guys, for sure, have been improving a lot since the first time we saw you. You have changed up your strategies, you have improved, and you are mixing it up, and you're learning from your mistakes. So, I think you have a lot to hold your head high over.
Yeah, we're all silver players. We have 1 gold player, dude. We have 1 gold player in the clan. Do you understand that? And everybody else is Uber and Platinum. So the problem we're occupying a no man's land. You have all the guys in the MP lobby who are not in clans, and then you have the guys who are in clans and playing together, and they're all Uber and Platinum. But it's like we're bad players, but we want to play coordinated. Whereas most bad players, they don't want to coordinate.
Yeah, they just want to play their game. And what the hell are you doing? Don't touch my commander.
They actually say that. One guy.
Of course they do. That's like classic. Don't touch my commander, man.
Whereas with us, like, touch whatever you want if it's gonna make us win.
Exactly. Work together.
I think Uber should put some voice chat in the game or do something so that these people, they don't even realize, like, these games are so awesome and nobody's watching them, and they think that they go back and watch StarCraft or whatever, and if they just watched that last game between Burning and Pag, that game was so awesome. Like, there's no other RTS that can touch this shit.
Yeah.
Why are more people watching this shit?
Okay, well, good games. Thanks always for turning up. I think you put on a good show, and I think you're still improving, and I like to see you improve.
Looking forward to the next game.
Indeed.
Good luck in your next fixture.
Thanks.
And finally, Klops.
Yeah, let's have a little talk to Klops before we go away. Hey, Klops.
How's it going, guys?
What's up? Everything went okay? Everything went to plan?
Yeah. They played actually really well. They expanded really good early on.
I think they played great, don't you? Like,
yeah.
I think they could have done a lot worse.
Yeah, I think you just need to watch their energy and they would have been fine. I think that was their problem there. Haven't much back, but I think they're definitely improving anyhow.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Anything to say about that game? It looks like you kind of just kept with a similar game plan to last time. A little bit less air, a little bit more pressure.
Yeah, it was just go through the motions, I think, to be honest, like, without sounding like dick. But yeah, I think it went well. We played well. We were pretty efficient for the whole game, so.
Who was the aggressive player that built the teleporter and the pelters next to the lone player?
I would imagine that would be Neptunio.
Right.
I would say so. I'm not sure though.
Because, yeah, I guess just going through the motions. Nothing else to say about that game?
No, not really. I'm looking forward to the next games. Hopefully the patches in for them, and then I think it'll be a lot more fun.
So I guess you come out of today's fixture with 2 wins and 1 loss, which isn't bad. Definitely could be worse.
Yeah, I think it was 3-1, was it?
Is it?
Yeah, 3 wins, 1 loss. Yeah.
Oh, very good. Oh yeah,
Yes.
you won the last 2 games and lost 1 against Team Burning. So doing a very good job overall. Are you pleased with today's performance and today's results?
Yeah, I thought we played pretty well every game. It's just the first game just got away from us. We're just not. We're not trained enough, or we don't know Orbital enough.
Yeah, and let's be honest, none of you are going to play some Orbital games to actually learn how to play, are you?
No.
No.
It's just not. It's for me. It's for me, I think Elodia knows a bit of it now, but I think it's for me. It's just, it's not a fun way to play the game. I don't think.
Yeah.
But
No, I
there's
agree.
loads of people out there that love the game that way. So like,
Exactly.
fair play. So.
It's just, different strokes for different folks. You guys love your 1v1s and just don't enjoy playing Orbital. That's fine. A lot of people really love playing the Orbital games, and that's just people's preference.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why we were allowed to pick our own planet, being the 1 planet system. So.
Yeah.
It just saves any hassle for us. Well, not hassle, but any slowdown.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good stuff. Congratulations on your results today. You've done very well, and we will see you at your next fixture.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Cheers,
Thanks for casting stuff. Best of luck.
And you.